Yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready to begin this session. There are many awards and recognitions to give out in this session. I'm not promising that we can please everybody, but I think already you should all be pleased by the practices and the applications you put forward to the various competitions. Tremendously high standard across all the competitions, and they've been a pleasure to read, a pleasure to watch, and hopefully you've all enjoyed and benefited from the process. So this actually session is going to take quite a little bit of time because we have so many awards to announce, and we'll go through them one by one. So let's officially begin this session. So welcome again to the 10th International Best Practice Competition and our award announcements. There will actually be one further award announcement after this session, which will be held maybe the first week of September, because we still have one award still to go, which is the Environmental, Social and Governance Excellence Award competition, which will be held on the 29th of August. But all other competitions that we've held, the announcements are going to take place right now. So what we'll be announcing in this session is the winners of the Organisation-Wide Innovation Award, winner of the Global Benchmarking Award, winner of the New Zealand Best Practice Competition. We're going to be announcing the 7-star and 6-star IBCP best practices, of which the 7-star and some of those 6-star best practices have already been announced a couple of weeks ago, but we'll be adding to that list with 2 more 6-star best practices. We'll also be announcing the International Best Practice Competition highest star rating for an SME. And we'll also be announcing all the category award winners, of which I think there's 20 or 21, which cut across all aspects of the International Best Practice Competition. And finally, we'll be announcing the International Best Practice Competition Pioneer in Excellence prizes, recognising those organisations which have submitted a number of best practices which have achieved a high level of achievement. So these are for the organisations which have submitted many best practices which have reached a certain standard. So this is more about celebrating those organisations because presumably if they have many best practices, then they have an organisation-wide culture of excellence. So we want to celebrate their success. Again, if you're all aware now, the organisers are the Centre for Organisational Excellence Research, the BPR.com, and the Global Benchmarking Network. Our major partners for these competitions is ADICO, the Abu Dhabi International Centre for Organisational Excellence, from the Abu Dhabi Chamber, which is responsible for organising the Sheikh Khalifa Excellence Award. Please make sure your microphones are switched off when we're making these announcements. Thank you very much indeed. Our supporters are from all around the world, and you'll have seen many representatives from those from our various partners all around the world, either as jury members or promoting a competition in your particular locality. So we thank you for all that support. Just wish to remind everybody here today that all participants will receive certificates and verified badges at the very latest by 2nd of September 2024. You've all got to recognise that our team have been extremely busy over the last few months, assessing all the applications and providing advice and running the competition. And some of our staff also need a break. So this is why we will try and get through this as soon as possible. By the 2nd of September at the latest, you'll receive your star rating certificates and badges. As an offer as well, I'm actually in United Arab Emirates for the next couple of weeks. I'm in Dubai until next Monday. I'm in Abu Dhabi till the end of next week. Potentially, if you contact me, then I could visit on Friday or next Wednesday in Abu Dhabi to personally present your certificates. That can be arranged if that's of interest to any of you. If not, we can potentially do that at the end of September. And if not, we are planning to have and also a more formal awards ceremony. It's not guaranteed it's going to happen, but we hope it's going to happen in conjunction with the Abu Dhabi Chamber. So hopefully there will be an event in the next few months too. All participants will be given access to the bpr.com as well within the next month. So you can watch your own presentations again and watch the presentations of other organisations that participated and watch the Q&A sessions again. Also on the bpr.com, you can register for benchmarking training. The stronger you are at benchmarking, the stronger your best practices will be moving forward, and you'll have a higher chance of getting recognition at a high level with international best practice competition. Because if you're using benchmarking, you can really validate that your best practice is indeed a best practice, because you've been learning from others, and you've ultimately been comparing your best practice that you put in place against others and shown you're producing superior performance. Also, we can recognise best practices outside of the competition and organise private sessions with jury members too. So that is available. There's more information on that on the bpr.com website if that is of interest. So if you feel you achieve a certain star rating and you feel you can improve that practice even more in the next few months or so, you can then have that validated in a private session with a panel of jury members. There's more information on that you can find here, or again, you can apply the following year, next year, or in future years too, to be part of the competition. So let's begin the announcement of the award winners. We're going to start off by announcing the award winners for the 6th organisation-wide Innovation Award. So again, this award uses a 7-star system. 5 stars and above means we believe their innovation approach, which has been implemented right across their organisation, is due for recognition at an international level. 4 stars means at a local level. Obviously, we're hoping for some of our finalists in the organisation-wide Innovation Award to even achieve higher than 5 stars, but 5 stars on its own is a remarkable achievement. So based on the jury's decision, I'll now announce the award winners for the organisation-wide Innovation Award for 2024. The final was held on Wednesday, the 7th of August. The judges are shown here, experts in excellence and innovation from around the world. We actually have 2 joint winners this year, which is unusual. Normally we have 1 winner. We have 2 joint winners. Lots of discussion by the jury members with respect to this, and eventually they decided that two organisations should be recognised. The first winner, who achieved 6 star, which is at an outstanding level, is as follows.
Ajman Police General Headquarters, UAE.
And then the second joint winner, again achieving 6 stars at an outstanding level.
Dubai Municipality, UAE.
So congratulations to both of those organisations. The jury were suitably impressed. I mean, this is at an outstanding level. We also wish to recognise the other 2 finalists for the organisation-wide Innovation Award. And we can announce how they were recognised by the jury members. So we have a 5-star runner-up as
Saudi Aramco, Saudi Arabia.
So congratulations. And our other finalists also achieved 5 stars.
Abu Dhabi Municipality City, UAE.
So congratulations to all of those finalists. As I say, the jury were very, very impressed, and we'll be recommending that all organisations around the world learn from those 4 organisations. We'll now move on to the 9th Global Benchmarking Award. For this award, we only had one organisation reaching the required level of a finalist, where the jury would consider that organisation to achieve at least 5 stars for benchmarking. So in this case, the jury members were considering at great length what recognition this particular applicant should receive. So we'll announce that decision now. That decision is made by the Global Benchmarking Network, which has representatives from 25 countries around the world, promoting benchmarking and best practices. So again, a similar system, 5 stars and above means that they believe the benchmarking approach is at an international level or above, 5 stars and above. The final was held on Thursday, the 8th of August. And we are pleased to announce the winner, as discussed and judged by the jury, is as follows.
Dubai Police, UAE, with a 6-star winner.
So outstanding at an international level. So congratulations, Dubai Police. And we'd be so pleased to promote your benchmarking approach around the world. It really deserves recognition at the highest level. So congratulations. Moving on now to the New Zealand Best Practice Competition. They follow exactly the same approach as the International Best Practice Competition, and New Zealand entries actually merge into the International Best Practice Competition. So again, if any organisation from New Zealand achieve 5 stars and above using the New Zealand Best Practice Competition criteria, it's considered to be an international best practice competition. The winner from New Zealand is as follows.
Tuatahi First Fibre Limited, New Zealand. For their best practice, the Tuatahi Disc of Responsibility, Health and Safety.
And once again, congratulations. And hopefully we'll continue in New Zealand getting more and more applicants, and have some applicants in the near future achieving 7-star recognition. Now we'll move into the International Best Practice Competition, and we're going to be announcing the category award winners shortly, and also the SME award winner. So again, as we all know, the International Best Practice Competition assesses organisations using the 7-star system. And we had so many best practices achieve 5 stars and above, which means are rated at an international level. Not all rated 5 stars and above, some rated 4 stars, some rated 3 stars. But we were really impressed overall by the quality this year of the best practices. You'll have met many of the jury members shown here if you've been attending the webinar session. So again, we thank all the jury members for their assistance in assessing the best practices. We already announced the 7-star best practices and some of the 6-star best practices on the 2nd of August. This was when we held the final of the International Best Practice Competition. And so we just listed those all here. We're not going to go through this again. These have all been announced previously, but this is for your interest. This actually shows all those best practices that were considered to be at a 7-star best practice level, which is demonstrating not only outstanding achievement, but there's also some wow factor in terms of their best practices. These are really exciting best practices that are quite unique or have been deployed extremely effectively, demonstrating the results at the highest level. So again, once again, congratulate all these 7-star best practices. And for those who want to know what a 7-star best practice looks like, these will all be loaded onto the bpr.com, so you'll be able to watch them yourselves and admire the work that they've all achieved. We also had announced at a couple of weeks ago those finalists which had achieved 6 stars. So these have all already been announced. And again, we congratulate these organizations for achieving 6 stars. Again, very, very difficult achievement. It means these are outstanding and recognized as such by the jury members. What we want to announce now is another 2 best practices which want to be recognized by the jury members at a 6-star level. So what happened after the final is the jury members went back, revisited all the best practices that have been presented, and they calibrated all the best practices that have been previously presented against the finalists, and they decided 2 more deserve to be recognized at the 6-star outstanding level. And these will be announced right now. So 2 more 6-star best practices were selected after review and moderation of the best practices presented. These are number
Dubai
1.
Police, Dubai Police, United Arab Emirates, for their best practice implementation of a probabilistic genotyping software STR mix in forensic DNA interpretation.
And a second additional 6-star best practice recognized is as follows.
Ajman Police, General Headquarters, United Arab Emirates, for their best practice smart security surveillance system.
So moving on, we'll now announce the organization that achieved the highest star rating for a best practice when an organization has 50 employees or less. So the winner for the SME is as follows.
ATSG Academia Tecnológica de Sistemas de Gestão Brazil, for the best practice modular and hybrid approach, competence-based to management systems, lead auditors training courses.
So congratulations. Again, we would like more SMEs applying to the competition as well for the future. We believe if they get best practices recognized at the highest level, it's going to help them to grow and to be more competitive and add to our economies and social welfare around the world. Now we'll move to the category prize winners. So this is where the jury members, again, we're looking back at all the best practices and deciding which is the strongest best practice per category based on the highest star rating that they achieved. And there's 1 winner per category. The winners may have achieved 7 stars, 6 stars, or 5 stars. It's really dependent on the category and which other best practices were submitted for that category. Whilst initially, when organizations were giving their presentations, they were split into various webinars based on similarity of best practices. That did not necessarily mean that other organizations which had best practices, which were in other webinar sessions, were not going to be assessed against you, because most best practices were actually related to 2 or 3 categories of the best practice category criteria. So whilst you might have been categorized into the HR criteria for your presentations, your presentation might have also been related to leadership or process improvement. So if there's a strong relationship, we would also considering those best practices for other categories too. So, and then we'd look at which one achieved the highest star rating. And when the jury members did this, so we're trying to recognize, if possible, those best practices that were 7-star and 6 stars across categories to see if they could be related to multiple categories. And then if there were none at those levels, 5 stars as well would then come into play. So with that, let's announce the category prize winners. So these are all the various categories, of which there's 21 categories. And we're going to begin by outstanding performance in leadership, category number 1. And the winner is
Modern Age Public School and College, Pakistan, for their best practice, interfaith harmony.
Moving on. The next category is for governance.
Dubai
The winner
Municipality,
is
Dubai Municipality UAE, for their best practice, crisis and emergency management, operational command and control center.
the next category is social responsibility, and the winning best practice is
Road and Transportation Authority UAE, for their best practice, clothes for good.
the next category is environmental sustainability, and the winning best practice is
Global Schools Group Singapore, for their best practice, sustainability framework, 5S approach to sustainability.
next category is strategic planning, and the winning best practice is
Nouri Petrochemical Company, Iran, for their best practice, designing an innovative digital transformation roadmap.
the next category is strategy deployment and performance management, and the winning best practice is
Mubarakeh Steel Company, Iran, for their best practice, integrated action management system.
the next category is customer market focus, and the winning best practice is
SBI Life Insurance Company Limited, India, for their best practice, customer centricity of pre-issuance verification process.
the next category is design of products and services, and the winning best practice is
Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, UAE, for their best practice, request a Falcon passport.
the next category is supplier relationships and partnerships, and the winning best practice is
Ras Al Khaimah Police Headquarters, UAE, for their best practice, electronic linking between crime-fighting partners.
next category is education, training, development and learning, and the winning best practice is
Carleton University, Canada, for their best practice, Carleton Leader.
next category is employee teams, empowerment, motivation, satisfaction, and the winning best practice is
Whitty International School, India, for their best practice, Panorama Student Motivation Program.
next category is employee health, safety, and well-being. The winning best practice is
Dubai Police, UAE, for their best practice, Safe Driving Stars Initiative.
next category is workforce planning, recruitment, and retention, and the winning best practice is
Soprasteria, India, for the best practice, the Gold Heist, Gamified Induction.
the next category is process management and improvement. The winning best practice is
Shaukat Khanam Memorial Cancer Hospital, Pakistan, for the best practice, temperature and humidity monitoring devices.
next category is change management initiative, and the winning best practice is
Ministry of Interior, UAE, for their best practice, digital integration platform for remote litigation.
Next category is innovation systems and approaches, and the winning best practices.
Nouri Petrochemical Company, Iran, for their best practice, technological intelligence, and innovative method to create value.
The next category is innovation projects, and the winning best practices.
Dubai Police, UAE, for their best practice, implementation of probabilistic genotyping software, STR mix in forensics.
Next category is management of assets, and the winning best practices.
Abu Dhabi Municipality, UAE, for their best practice, road lighting with LED power saving system.
And the next category is risk management, winning best practices.
Arisol Polymer Company, Iran, for their best practice, a dynamic process safety risk management model.
And the next category is digital transformation, and the winning best practices.
Ajman Police General Headquarters, UAE, for their best practice, Smart Messenger Initiative.
And the next, I think it's the final best practice, is automation. The next category is automation technology, and the winning best practices.
Ajman Police General Headquarters, UAE, for their best practice, Smart Security Surveillance System.
So congratulations to all those category award winners. And we still have not finished today. We're now going to announce the Pioneer in Excellence prizes. These are the last announcements for this session. So these awards are for organisations who've had the most best practice assessed at 6 stars or above. And then there's another award for organisations that have had the most best practice assessed at 5 stars or above. And then a final award for those organisations who've had the most best practices at 4 stars and above. For organisations that have had the most best practices assessed at 6 stars and above, there are 2 joint winners. These are Ajman Police, United Arab Emirates, with the best practices of.
There are 2 best practices assessed at 6 stars and above, which are Smart Messenger Initiative with 7 stars and Smart Security Surveillance System with 6 stars.
And the second joint winner is Dubai Police, UAE.
2 best practices assessed at 6 stars, and they are Safe Driving Stars Initiative with 7 stars and implementation of probabilistic genotyping software with 6 stars.
Moving on, organisations have had the most best practice assessed at 5 stars or above. The winner is Ajman Police with 3 best practices assessed at this level, which are
Smart Messenger Initiative, Smart Security Surveillance System, and establishing a center for sheltering crime victims.
And finally, the last Pioneer and Excellence Prize is for organisations that have had the most best practices assessed at 4 stars and above. And the winner, again, is Ajman Police with the following best practices.
5 best practices that are Smart Messenger Initiative, Smart Security Surveillance System, establishing a center for sheltering crime victims, Ajman Police Meta, and the Future Police Initiative.
So with that, again, I thank you all for all effort you put into the competition and the events. You're all winners in our eyes. You've done tremendously well. And hopefully this inspires you to continue with your great work and even make your organisation stronger in the future. So do come back to us again and apply in 2025. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and see you again soon. Would you like to say anything else, Almis, or not? Anybody?
Thank you very much, Mr. Robin, and congratulations for all of the participants.
No problem.
Congratulations, everyone, for the well-deserved win, and also to all the other participants. You all are equal winners, but sometimes you win, you lose. That's okay. You can participate next year again and achieve a 7 stars. And in the meantime, we can learn a lot from each other and help each other grow. Yeah, so all the best for the future.
Thank you very much, Robin. Thank you very much, Almas. Thank you very much for all the judges. I just would like to mention that I was a student of trade with Mr. Robin 10 years ago. And today we are getting the award so much, and I encourage everyone to take the course. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you each one of you. This is Rajkumari from SBI Life India. It was really a great and learning experience for all of us. Looking forward for such great and enriching experience hereafter. So we'll be keeping in touch and looking at the website for the regular updates so that we can also go through the presentations made by the, not only for the art industry, but as all the other industries also to have the value added in our own processes. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Hi, Dr. Robin. Thank you very much for the whole activity. It has really been a great learning experience, and I hope that you are going to send us some certificates or something so that we can have some kind of, records for our schools and organizations as well. And thank you once again.
Yeah, we'll do that as soon as possible. So you might have met Ahmed before, one of my staff. So he's responsible for the certificate and badges, but he's on a well-deserved holiday at the moment. So he'll be attending to the certificates and badges as soon as he can. So I'm sure in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Anybody
Thank
else?
you, Dr. Robin. Thank you, Dr. Robin, for organizing such an enriching event and experience. And thank you to your team, and thank you to all the judges as well. It was a wonderful experience for me, getting to know about so many best practices. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you indeed. Thank you. And well done.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? This is your last chance to say something, otherwise we're going to close the session.
Yes, Salia here from Pakistan. Congratulations to all on the badges they received. And thank you, Dr. Robin. You and your team, you did a continuous effort, support, and you organized the best. I always remember this best event I participated in. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, we're going to have to leave you now. So take care, everybody. Enjoy your day, and see you soon all, hopefully. Thank you so much for taking part. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.